So today we are going to set up the environment for React Native and try to run the simple Hello World app in the simulator to know whether our installation process was success or not. So I'm going to set it up on the Mac. Mac have like slightly different process than Windows. So we'll try to install the same process and it will be same at the end. So let's get started. So first we need to install the homebrew, and we can just type over here homebrew in our browser, and I'll just provide the links in the description as well so you can follow with me. So we'll just have to copy this one, and I'll just press command space, and that's how you get the search bar. And I'll open the terminal, and I just have to copy this command in over here, and it will install the homebrew. So I have already installed it, so you guys can go ahead and just press enter, and it will install the homebrew in the Mac. So for next steps we have to install the node for the React Native. So then again we can go to terminal. After homebrew is installed, we need to just write brew install and node. I have already installed it, but I will just show you like how it is installed. It will take some time, and by the time you can just, if you haven't downloaded the VS Code that we will use for React Native environment, you can just download it from here, and like just type download VS Code in the search bar, and you can get the link from here, and you can just download it for Mac. Yeah, so that if you don't want to install the node from terminal, you can just write node over here, and it says node.js, and you can just install it from here as well if you don't want it from the terminal. So after installing the node, let's see where it go. Yeah, so it already installed because I have already installed it. So after this we can see like is it installed or not. For that you can write node space hyphen version. So it says like version 16.15.0. so I have already installed the node, and then you can install the Watchman. It will be the same process of with this brew install Watchman. So after Watchman, like what is Watchman? Watchman is a tool by Facebook that can watch the changes in the file system. So it is highly recommended that you install it for the better performance. So I'm not gonna install it as I already have installed it. So what I'm gonna do is like I'll just check the version of Watchman. So for that you can just write Watchman hyphen version, and it tells you like yeah, you have it, you already have it. So yeah, so next step is to download the Xcode. So what you can do is you can just go to App Store or just write Xcode over here. I'll just go to App Store then, no worries. I can write Xcode over here, and you have to install the Xcode for the simulator and for the development in Mac. So I have already installed it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open it. So yeah, we have to wait for a bit as it opens. Yeah, so it opens now. So for the we need to install the CLI for Xcode. So what we're gonna do is we'll just go to preferences, and we can go to locations, and we have to click the latest CLI we have. So it's Xcode 13.4.1 for me. It can be different for you. Depends on when are you watching this video. So after that we have to like stay on this window, and we can click on the components, and then you can download any simulator from this, like which version of iOS you want to install. That's for our emulator, the one we're gonna use for VS Code. After this, you are set up, like you are already good for the project to run. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to VS Code now, and I'm gonna install some extensions first. Yes, I'm gonna show you like what extensions I have right now. So I have beautiful UI, and you can write prettier, like it's a code formatter for formatting the code as you save. And you can have ES7 Redux or React Native snippet. So it has like lots of snippets in it, so that you can go and check it out. So what I'm gonna do is now is I'm gonna open a terminal, and I'm gonna set my location to desktop. So after this you have to go and say npx react native init, and you can say hello world, like your project name. And it's now installing the React Native in your system for the version. So we're gonna wait for that, and we'll just try to run it. So by the time, what you can do is you can just open your simulator, the one you created, with like iOS 15 point something, 15.4 or 13 point. So I'm gonna open my simulator right now, and like I have 15.5 as you can see it here. And yeah, it's installing. It's like taking a time. So we're gonna wait a bit for it. So yeah, it's installed right now. So then we can go to our project. It says hello world, and if we go to hello world, we can just write npx react native and run iOS. It's a command to run the program on the iOS. So we go over here, and by the time we can just add the folder to our workspace. So it's on the desktop, so we're gonna add it here, and we can see the files, like so. Yes, after a while the app has been installed. So I forgot to tell you that you have to write npx react hyphen native start at the first as well to create the metro builder that will send the request to javascript's bundler. So yeah, we can look at the index.js bar as well. There is nothing to watch, and if you can go to your app, that then it just got install your emulator. You can see that it says like welcome to React Native, and everything is here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete everything. So if I, yeah, it's saving, and displaying that screen, the one that is like app.js. Is say like timeout, models to be invalidated. So we don't have anything right now. So what I'll just write is rfce, and what it's gonna do is these are the snippets what I was talking about earlier, that ES7 snippets. You can search it on later, and it says import React from React. And what we can do is we can just export it here, or we can import view. We need a view and a text for now, and I'll just write it from import it from React Native, and I'll just write view, and in view we'll just write text, and we say hello world. In view we can just style it a bit, and we can write style. So we have to import style sheet as well. Const styles is equal to style sheet dot create. Over here we can just give it a name. We can write styles dot container, and over here we can write container, and we give it a padding from top, so that I'm gonna give it 80. So it says hello world right here. So this is the simple app. You can try to add more into it. I mean, we will talk about it on the next video.